Why is it said that Luo Feng would leave the human race without the guidance of True King Yin and Lord Chaos City? With his strength, Luo Feng could easily have established his own independent race, yet he didn't. Many geniuses have emerged who, dissatisfied with their race, chose to leave and join other races, or, after gaining power, went on to create their own. In fact, if Luo Feng hadn't had his two teachers, he too would have chosen to leave the human race after becoming powerful. The human race's attitude towards Luo Feng was indeed somewhat excessive. Although Luo Feng had purchased all rights to Earth, he was forcibly sold the rights to the airspace above the oceans because of his insufficient strength. When Luo Feng finally had the ability to reclaim them, the human race's leadership refused to return them to him. When Luo Feng was still at the Domain Lord level, the secret of Earth was discovered by the giant axe creator. It turned out that Earth was created by a powerful alien race with considerable effort. When many high-ranking members of the human race learned of this, many powerful figures attempted to forcibly buy ownership of Earth. First, they arranged for the Nightmare Candle King, the son of the Eclipse Venerable, to capture Luo Feng's family. Fortunately, the true Evolution King arrived to save the day, otherwise, Luo Feng would have been powerless to protect himself and his family. Later, seeing that Luo Feng refused to sell ownership, the human race's leaders, through the Virtual Universe Company, had the Nine Swords Venerable intervene. They gave Luo Feng two choices: sell Earth or relinquish ownership of the airspace above Earth's oceans. Luo Feng had no choice but to choose the latter. At that time, he was not yet a disciple of the Chaos City Lord, and the true Evolution King alone could not have resolved the crisis. If Luo Feng hadn't been a genius, one in billions of years for the human race, he probably wouldn't have uttered a single word before forcing all Earthlings to leave their planet. Earth was his home, and this incident deeply upset Luo Feng. Although Luo Feng still retained half ownership of the Earth, it was in chaos due to the machinations of certain high-ranking human families. These families were secretly suppressing the Earth's native inhabitants. Even Luo Hai, upon returning to Earth, was detained for half a day for investigation. When Luo Feng finally returned, these powerful families pretended not to recognize him, clearly bullying him and the Earth race. Had it not been for the intervention of the Chaos City Lord, Luo Feng would have harbored immense resentment towards humanity. When Luo Feng's combat power reached the level of a cosmic overlord, he unexpectedly obtained the key to the Temple of the Divine Divinity, the Mirror Stone, on the primordial star. The Temple of the Divine Divinity offered a chance to obtain supreme treasures of the Pinnacle Realm. However, the human high-ranking officials wanted Luo Feng to hand over the Mirror Stone, even having the Chaos City Lord persuade him. They believed that Luo Feng, at only a cosmic overlord, wouldn't gain any treasures even if he entered, and it would be better to give the opportunity to other powerful human figures. Out of respect for the Chaos City Lord, Luo Feng agreed to hand it over to his race, on the condition that he regain full ownership of Earth. Luo Feng's demands were actually quite low. Back then, the human race forcibly bought half of his ownership at a very low cost. Now, the Qijing Stone is worth at least tens of thousands of times more than it was then. However, the human race's high-ranking officials flatly refused, each prioritizing their own interests over Luo Feng's feelings. Fortunately, the Chaos City Lord strongly opposed the move and spoke on Luo Feng's behalf, allowing the giant axe to offer a condition. If Luo Feng could reach the combat power of a universe lord and sit with them, they would return ownership to him. One can imagine how disappointed Luo Feng would have been with the human race without the Chaos City Lord and the true Evolution King's help. With his strength, Luo Feng would have easily left the human race, like his second senior brother, to establish his own independent race. Furthermore, Luo Feng had the support of the mountain-sitting guest. No one in the universe dared to provoke him. Luo Feng was the mountain-sitting guest's only hope, and the mountain-sitting guest would never allow anything to happen to him. Luo Feng himself often emphasized that he was first and foremost an Earthling, and only secondly a member of the human race. This reflects that Luo Feng's sense of belonging to the human race was not actually very high. What do netizens think about this? Feel free to leave a comment below.